what you were saying, yeah. A man's life is like a shadow that passes by. So that's what you was trying to quote, brother. So I'm gonna pass it to the little brother. He gonna further edify you, brother.
All praises, man. That brother brought Almighty in the spirit, man. Right, brother? So you know that you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Right, brother? Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. Right? Hey, give me the book, and give me the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 1. Brother, you already knew what was going on, brother. You already knew, brother. Right? Go ahead, King. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 26. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. Hey, brother, do you see yourself on this? See, our people just go by, right? Hey, y'all see yourself on the sun? Come on, we out here for you, brother. See right here? Come on, sisters. Sisters, come on, y'all. You see yourself on the side, brother? Come on, man. Right? Hey, brother, come on from the top of that. No, come on from the top of that. Don't worry about that. Go ahead. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. Go ahead. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. Right? God said he set before the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans a blessing and a curse. Right? Let's hear what the blessing is. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God. All right, so it's a blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord our God, right? Because if you go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1, right? He said he'll put us above all people. Right, so that was the blessing. Go ahead, King.
I didn't notice that.
Which I commanded you this day. And a curse. And a curse, right? Because with everything we're good, because the Most High is balanced, right? Now let's see what the curse is, right? If ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but to turn aside out of the way which I commanded you this day, to go after other gods, which ye have not known. Right? And the other gods is when you do your own vain opinion on the Sabbath, man. Right? Do y'all see yourselves on this side? See, our people just keep going by. Right? And seeing the things that you're going through, brother. Now, right there, this is what happened, what you just said, right? You try your hardest, but it's hard, right? When the Most High said this, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare yourself for what?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Brother, you got temptation, right? Brother, you think we don't go through the same thing? You think we don't want to run? Right? You think we ain't want to smoke? You think we ain't want to do the things we wanted to do on the Shabbat? I like warm food. Right, but Shabbat slammers do be slamming though. I ain't gonna lie though, brother. Go ahead, King.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
And do what?
And constantly endure.
You gotta endure, brother. Right, when you get up in the day, right, you gotta remember that blessing, brother. You gotta remember that eternal life. Right, you gotta remember the covenant. Right, you gotta remember our forefathers, man. Right? Go ahead, bring that piece up, hold that though.
Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 19.
Go ahead.
For the good that I would, I do not.
What did he say?
For the good that I would, I do not.
Brother, you don't want to do them things, right? You don't want to do them things that's the good to the flesh. Right? Because the flesh will make you pay, man. Go ahead, King.
But the evil which I would not, that I do.
And he said what?
But the evil which I would not, that I do.
Right? Because we know we always is, you know, as far as our flesh, we want to do that evil thing. Because that evil always good, right? Go ahead, King.
Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
What did he say?
But sin that dwelleth in me.
Right? And if you do it with the sin that dwelleth in me, right? Hey, hold that, because we'll come back. Hey, go ahead and give them this real quick. We're going to finish that off. Right? Because then we know what sin is. Right? And we don't want that what sin is, man. Right? Go ahead, King.
Book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23. You said 23, right? But I see another law in my... For the wages of sin is death.
What did he say?
For the wages of sin is death.
Right, brother? So you don't want to feel good, man. Feel good come with a hell of a price, brother. And I don't know if you're willing to pay that price for that feel good. Come, right? Go ahead, King.
But the gift of God is eternal life.
That's what we all working for, though, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21, I find then a law that when I will do good, evil is present with me.
What did he say?
I find in a law that when I will do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law.
You do what?
For I delight in the law.
Right, because if the wages of sin is death, so to keep the law is what? Life, brother. It's life. Right? According to John 1 and 4, right? The word is life, brother. So to keep the law is life. Go ahead and reread that.
For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members.
And you know, we all raised the flesh is sinful. Don't that? And go back to this though, brother, because I still want to deal with this temptation, brother. Right? Because that temptation, how we all fight with that thing. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Ahrayah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
Do what?
Set thy heart aright.
You gotta set your mind right, brother. Right? You gotta separate yourself from the world. Right? You gotta think about the holy things, man. You gotta think about the things about our forefathers. Think about what the Maccabees went through, brother. They said, I'd rather die than to do things that will go against my God, man. You gotta think of them things, brother. You gotta think about the woman in Maccabees that lost 7 kids in the span of one day, brother. Go ahead, King.
And constantly endure.
And do what?
And constantly endure.
You gotta endure this thing, man. That's right. Right? No matter what everybody say, no matter what your feelings do, no matter what your flesh tell you, brother, you gotta look at your brothers up here, man. You gotta call your brother up. You say, brother, I'm finna go off. That brother gonna tell you, look, brother, you better quit going off. And we'll fast together, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead, King.
Cleave unto him, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
You'll be what?
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
And you know you want to be increased, brother. Right? At the end of the day, brother, we all do this for at the end of the rainbow, right? We all want that eternal life. Right? But what you're doing is going to eternal death. Right? So which one do you got to do? He said before you this day, life and death. Right? Go ahead, King.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Take it what?
Take cheerfully.
Brother, so whatever going on in your life, brother, you got to take that thing happily, brother.
That's right.
Right? No matter what, man. Right? You got to take it happily. Right? Hey, go ahead. Hey, hold that real quick. Go ahead a little bit more.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
When you what?
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
I mean, brother, when the Most High bring you low, you got to be patient, brother. Right? Because you know at the end, thou that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So that's what you got to be patient for. You got to be happy, brother. Because he said, gold tried to the fire shall be pure, brother. Keep going, King.
For gold is tried in the fire.
What he say?
For gold is tried in the fire.
Brother, see, that was the spirit, brother. See, gold is tried in the fire, right? And two things happen when it's tried in the fire. You're going to come out pure, or you're going to get burnt up, brother. That's the only two things. Right? So which one you going to choose? Go ahead, King.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
What?
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right? And that you can go back to Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? Right? And adversity, right? And the perfect men. Come, brother. Come. And that's the thing, though, brother. Do you want the Most High to dwell in your temple, or do you want him to flee for you when you go into that fire? Because then that's when you're going to be at the other end and not pure. Go ahead, King.
Believe in him, and he will help thee.
What he say?
Believe in him, and he will help thee.
And you know if you believe in him, right, brother, he going to help you through everything, brother.
Right.
Brother, look at all these brothers up here, man. Right? You got everybody that did every manner of things of good and evil on this earth, brother.
That's right.
But you see what the Most High did to us? Brother, he took our garments, right? He washed us with the word, right? And he stood us up, right? And he said, go out there and preach my word.
That's right.
Right? How much more can you say you thank the Most High that you bringing out the word, man, in its pure essence, brother? Right? Go ahead, King.
Watch this, brother.
And trust order thy way aright and trust in him.
And do what?
And trust in him.
Brother, you gotta trust in the Most High.
That's right.
But right now, when I see you ain't got no fringes on, right when I see you on the Shabbat, right when I see that you doing all kinds of manner of evil, you got the crosses, brother, right with this a false idol.
Wake him
but
up,
you ain't trusting in the Most High, brother. That's not trust, right? Because that's faith. It's the evidence of things hoped for and the things not seen, right? So that's what we all doing, brother. We got faith that if we put on these fringes, we follow the commandments of the Most High, right? We come out here on the highways and byways, and we do the will of the Most High, right? That we may, not even a guarantee, but we may have a right at the tree of life. Right, brother? We making our election sure, brother. Go ahead, King.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
What did he say?
Wait for his mercy.
So if you fear the Lord, brother, you're going to wait on his mercy, man.
That's right.
Right? That means we're on the Shabbat, at the beginning and the end. Brother, you ain't going to hear your brother when he call you up. Hey, brother, let's go out. No, brother, how about we come and read the Bible?
That's right.
Right? Because you're going to find out that the Most High going to clear your calendar out. He going to clear all the evil out. But I guarantee you, all these brothers up here, don't nobody of the old call them no more.
Hell no.
Because as soon as they call us, brother, guess what? They're going to say, let's go do this. And we're going to say, how about Romans 6 and 23?
Right.
Right? They're going to say, let's go do this. We're going to say, how about 1 John 2 and 3? Right? We're going to keep pulling on scriptures, but to the point where they're going to get tired of scriptures.
right.
And then they're going to quit dealing with you. And then you're going to see your real family, brother. And then they're going to be right here.
right.
They want to see you do life. Right? Go ahead, King.
Wake him up, huh?
Go ahead. Hey, he got a precept? You still got a precept? All right, come on. Go ahead, whichever one you're going to do, brother. We're in the spirit, brother. Right?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 50.
Bring it out.
Starting at verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
And you see how he said while he stood among the people, his mother and his brother wanted to talk to him. And this is red letter, so who is that speaking? You already know who red letter speaking, right? So-called Jesus, we know it's Yahushua, right? Well, let's see what Yahushua said.
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother?
What'd he say?
Who is my mother?
What'd he say?
Who is my mother?
Brother, who is my mother? Right? Go ahead.
And who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren.
What'd he say?
Behold, my mother and my brethren.
What'd he say?
Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father.
What'd he say?
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same as my mother, the same as my brother and sister and mother.
Right? And that's the same, brother. Right? Because the people that's going to steer you right, those are your brother and your mother, right? The people that do the will of the Father. Right? Bring it out, King.
40 and 8. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will.
What'd he say?
I delight to do thy will.
What'd he say?
I delight to do thy will.
So whoever do the will of the Father is the same as my mother and my brother. Let's see what the Bible is.
Oh my God, yea, thy love is within my heart.
What'd he say?
Yea, thy love is within my heart.
So brother, whoever do the law, brother, right? So your brother that was, your so-called brother that was here with you, that was leading you astray, right, telling you that it's okay on the Shabbat to go to the club, brother, that's not your brother. Right, he don't care about your soul. But see, your brother's right here, though, right, they do. Right, give me the book of Leviticus, right, chapter 19, verse 17. Right, brother, because at the end of the day, brother, this is what our people, man, this is what we do. We love you, brother. We want to see you in the kingdom. Most High will, right? We want to see you do your thing, man, right? Go ahead and bring a piece up.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
What'd he say?
No man can serve two masters.
I love my brother.
No man can serve two masters.
Go ahead.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
Go ahead.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
So you got to decide this day, brother. Do you love the Most High? Or do you love the world?
Right.
Right? You love the Most High? Right, but go ahead and get this precept, King.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Bring it up. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
What he say?
Rebuke thy neighbor.
Right, how you doing, brother? Hey, you come and listen to us? Right, so we got to rebuke our neighbor, right? Because we commanded to do this. This is Leviticus. Go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Do what?
And not suffer sin upon him.
We don't want to see you sin, brother. Right? We want to see you do good in with the Most High. We want to see you do well and go ahead and strive in the Most High. Right? Because watch what this precept say. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
What did he say?
The friendship of the world is enmity with God.
Right, so you can't love people in the world or of the world. Right? Because friendship of the world is enmity, which is an enemy to God. Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world, what do you say? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Is the what?
Is the enemy of God.
They love God.
Is the enemy of God.
If you follow anything that deal with this world, brother, it's over for God. Right? So, brother, I know you got to go, brother. We love you. You already know the commandments. We ain't got to break no commandments, dog. But you need to reach out to your brothers, man. Right? You need to build with us, brother. No matter which brother said a brother, we got two camps right here, brother. We don't care. We just want to see you in the law, brother. That's all that matters, brother. So at the end of the day, brother, we're trying to go home, man. We're trying to seal the elect, right? We're trying to seal the chosen, and we're trying to get out of here, man. So whatever it takes, brother, unity camps is going on. Brothers is uniting together for one cause. Brother, give me the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Right? Give me the book of Psalms chapter 133. Right? Because at the end of the day, brother, this is what it's all about. Right? It's all about getting together, doing this work of the Most High, right? Sealing the elect, right? Getting people to come back to their heritage. And y'all know y'all heritage according to the Bible? We'll come back and hear it then. What is it? What is it? I don't see no fringes, brother. And you would be an Israelite that the Bible speaks of. You got to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, King. See, and that's what we got to do. You already know that, brother. Right? Bring that out, King.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 133, and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
What he say?
How pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
I hear y'all.
How good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Because we know in Deuteronomy, right, the 28 and 54, it was a curse. Right, so that's why the Most High put that in there, man. We know it's a curse that we hate our brother in our eye, right? Right? So now the Most High is bringing us back as an exceedingly great army according to Ezekiel. Right? And according with that means that we got to be one unit, brother. One body according to Ephesians, right? Right? Bring this out, King.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
What did he say?
Gather yourselves together.
What did he say?
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. Oh, nation, not desire.
Brother, because you know we ain't desire, brother. We a nation is not desire. What you say, King? Come on, King. Hey, go ahead, King. We ain't gonna be here, brother. Them brothers be in Fayetteville. If you ever down in that area, they'd be right down there in front of the news station. Right? If you're up here, we'll be at Pool Road. All right, come. We'll be here. You know what I'm saying, brother? We'll be here tomorrow. No, I'm talking about. No, we'll be at Full Lines over there on Pool Road. So, brother, whichever way, if you're ever that way, you know, people over there in Fayetteville, brother, let them know that down there by the news station, brother, these brothers be out there doing the work of the Most High. They labor hard for the Most High, man. Our praises, King. Right? Hey, so who are you, brother? I just got to hear it, though. From what tribe? What do you say?
Judah tribe.
Oh, praises! Oh, praises, King. I love you, King. Oh, praises, man. We waking up, man. Right? Hey, brother, you see yourself on that side? You see yourself on that side, King? Which one would you be, brother? What would the world call you? All praises, you'll be Reuben? All praises, King. You'll be an Israelite. You got to come back to the law, statutes, commandments. What about you? Hey, brother. And listen to one scripture real quick, brother. Because there's something that this world done did, brother.